Today, we're going to dive into how to absolutely nail those high-stakes moments. And here's the twist. It's not just about what you plan to say. It's about mastering your own internal state before you say it.
So, have you ever really thought about it? What separates a pretty good speaker from someone who just completely captivates a room? Is it the perfect script, the flashy slides, or is it something else, something deeper that you can't quite put your finger on?
Well, the secret, and this is the key to everything we're talking about today, is the connection between your inner calm and your outer command. Real stage presence, that powerful energy, it starts way before you ever step foot on a stage.
To get there, though, we first have to understand our main opponent, stress. I mean, before we can even think about projecting confidence, we have to deal with that storm that can be raging inside all of us.
You see, stress isn't just some vague feeling, right? It's a full-on, full-body experience. It kicks off with a physiological echo. Your body gets flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. That creates a cognitive ripple, clouding up your mind right when you need it to be sharp. And then comes the emotional undertow, that anxiety and irritability, which can then lead to a behavioral wave that messes with everything from your sleep to your habits. It's a total chain reaction.
So this slide kind of lays out the two different worlds we can live in. On one side, you've got the stressed state. Heart's pounding, thoughts are a total mess, and your focus just narrows down to survival mode. But on the other side, you've got the calm state. Your heart rate slows down, your mind gets laser focused, and suddenly you have a clear perspective. Our whole goal here is to build a bridge from that chaotic side over to the calm one.
So, the big question is, how do we actually build that bridge? Well, that's what this next section is all about. Practical, real-world tools to calm that internal current. And these aren't just abstract ideas, okay? These are techniques you can start using literally today.
Okay, in that immediate high-stress moment, this simple 5-step process can be an absolute lifesaver. First, you literally step back. Just create some physical distance. Then you take a breath, nice and slow. You're basically sending a direct message to your nervous system to chill out. Then refocus on right here, right now, not that spiral of worries. Ask yourself what you actually need, and only then do you re-engage, but this time from a place of control.
Now that's for the heat of the moment. For a longer-term strategy, there's something called cognitive reframing. And honestly, this is a total game changer. It's all about making a conscious choice in how you interpret a stressful event. You're not changing what happened. You're changing the power it has over you by changing the story you tell yourself about it.
So, how do you do it? It's simpler than it sounds. First, just name the stressor. What is it, specifically? Second, catch those negative thoughts that it triggers. Are you thinking, oh man, I'm going to bomb this presentation? Third, you got to challenge that thought. Is that really 100% true? What's a more likely outcome? And finally, you reframe it. Instead of, I'm going to fail, you could try, hey, this is a fantastic chance to get better at public speaking. See the difference?
And for some immediate physiological calm, here's a tool that's backed by science, the 4-7-8 breath. You inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 7, and then exhale for a long 8 seconds. That long exhale is the secret sauce. It actually stimulates a nerve in your body that activates your built-in rest and digest mode. It's basically like hitting the brake pedal on your body's stress response.
All right, so now that we have some tools to get a handle on that internal storm, let's switch gears and focus on the outside. This part is all about how that inner calm translates directly into a powerful, confident message that people will actually listen to.
And the difference is just, it's night and day, right? When you're stressed out, your message can get so weak, it's full of ums and ahs, your main point gets lost, and it just has zero impact. But when you're speaking from a state of calm, your message becomes strong. You have the mental bandwidth to use powerful tools, to drive home a clear point, and to make what you say truly memorable.
And you know who is an absolute master of this? Steve Jobs. I mean, the guy wasn't just selling products. He was using his words to shape the future, and he did it by mastering some very specific and honestly timeless linguistic tools.
These tools are so simple, but man, are they effective. Let's take anaphora. Just notice how Jobs' repetition of "we've got the" builds this incredible rhythm and momentum. Or a metaphor, like calling a processor upgrade a huge heart transplant. It makes a really complex technical idea feel real and instantly understandable. And with climax, he builds up his ideas in order of importance, creating this natural suspense that makes his final point feel, well, not just important, but inevitable. And the toolkit just keeps on growing. Great speakers use bonding language, words like we and us, to make you feel like you're on a journey together.
They paint these vivid pictures with their words. They use their body language for dramatic effect. The main point here is that these are all choices, and they're choices that are way easier to make from a place of calm. When you're not in survival mode, you have the mental space to choose your words and actions with real intention.
So let's bring this all home. We've basically gone on a journey from the chaos of internal stress all the way to the external projection of real confidence. This is your path, from one single breath to a public breakthrough.
And remember, these techniques are not just some feel-good advice. They are backed by hard science. Now, I know this chart looks super complicated, but what it represents is actually really simple. It's a review of 15 different scientific studies that all pointed to the exact same conclusion. The evidence is crystal clear. Controlled breathing is a powerful, proven tool for regulating your mind and your body.
And that is the ultimate takeaway here. The most powerful presentation skill you could ever develop has absolutely nothing to do with your slides and everything to do with your state of mind. It all starts with mastering that first single calm breath.
So, I'll leave you with this one question. We all have a big moment coming up. A huge presentation, a tough conversation, a make-or-break pitch. The question is, as you get ready for it, are you only going to focus on preparing your material, or are you going to take the time to prepare the most important tool you have, yourself?